Okay, so Pantone color, let me just redo my workspace here. Okay, so Pantone color, um, essentially Pantone color is a one color um, thing. So if you remember when we were explaining it last time, basically you imagine just a paint bucket that you would get at Lowe's or Home Depot of a certain color you want to paint your walls is very similar in print, where you'll select a color for your brand. They'll send it to you in a tiny little paint bucket, and they'll put it in the press, and then essentially they'll just stamp that design in that one color onto your paper through one press roller. It'll go to the next press roller, and if there's another color that's a Pantone or a black or something like that, it'll press that color in, and then so on and so forth for as many colors as your job has. Um, so, um, and then they'll call that a two-color job if it has two Pantone colors, or a three-color job for three Pantone colors, and then a four-color process job is cyan, magenta, yellow, black. So the four-color process will get you those four inks in combination together will get you a lot of different colors. And so typically you'll never go over four colors unless you have some kind of a special coating that's added at the end, like a gloss or something like that, and that's a fifth quote-unquote color. So long story short, to do this, you would just go into mode, and then what I start doing is going into grayscale. I actually grayscale this image because I want to make this one color, right? So under there, I'll keep it gray, and then I'll go back. So as you can see, so right here I've opened up this, let me kind of get rid of this. I've opened up this, this channels panel, right? So you can see under channels, what channels is going to show you is the different color modes or the different colors within an image. So I changed this to grayscale, and all I have is a gray color pixels here in this image. So when I go into image mode again and go to CMYK, now I can see that I have cyan, magenta, yellow, black pixels that are showing up here as gray, but this gray is being created by cyan, magenta, yellow, and black pixels. So you can see here in the preview of the thumbnails here that my black here, if I turn these off one by one, these are all the black pixels in the image. Here's all the yellow pixels in the image. I'll have to turn the black off. So when I turn all of the layers off here in the channels palette, or all of the color channels, it's going to show up as black here on my image panel. But in reality, on press, these are going to be all yellow pixels, and then so on and so forth. So here's magenta and then cyan. These are all going to be cyan pixels to create this, what they call rich black. So rich black is different from black ink on a press in that the black created from rich black is a combination of cyan, magenta, yellow, and black pixels put together to make a black that's blacker than black, if that makes any sense whatsoever. The reason why someone would do that, make a black that's blacker than black, is the nature of ink on a press is that it's transparent somewhat. So 100% black ink only is not going to be as dark as the combination of cyan, magenta, yellow, and black pixels put together on a page to make a black. So to create a Pantone channel, under channels here, we're just going to go under this menu here, and it's just in the channels panel, but you would do a new spot channel. And then so under new spot channel, what's going to pop up is this option to pick a Pantone color. And so I just, basically I just clicked on that little orange box to change the color that I wanted. And you're going to get this color libraries palette to where under book, so this stands for Pantone book, right? So Pantone color swatches come in different books. you'll be able to pick from the different books that are offered. So metallics or pastels or whatever, typically you're going to want to pick a solid coated from a solid coated book, and you can go down here and see all of the different Pantone color options for whatever your brand owner's color is. So I'll pick a color here. Let's do like this pink, Pantone 226C. So I'll hit that color and hit OK, and then I'll just hit OK again. And so, why is that not showing up? Basic. Didn't. Oh, I made a mistake. Okay, let me go back here. I forgot to do something. So actually what I forgot to do, let me change this back to grayscale. What I forgot to do is select the one color pixels here. So to do that, you would just bring this to grayscale and then hit this load channel as selection button. It's down here. Typically when you hover over it, it'll do it, but you can see now that all of the white pixels in this case are selected. So once I load this channel as a selection, this gray channel, I'll go to select inverse. So I'm selecting the reverse of them. Now I'll have to go back to image mode CMYK. And then at this point I'll do what I did before, which is do a new spot channel. And then there's my pink selected. I'll hit OK. Now I'm going to turn these off, and it's going to show up as black, but see it's named Pantone 226 here. It's showing up as black in my image, but it is actually this Pantone color of that pink, right? So if I go to File, Save on my desktop, and I'll save it as Salesman Pantone. Hit OK. So all things being equal, you'll see it here. Here's my new file, right? So in InDesign, this is the first time we'll pop open InDesign here. We'll go over InDesign a lot more throughout the semester, but I'm just going to really quick make a new file here to show you when I then place this image into InDesign. Here's my swatches panel. I'm going to select all the unused swatches in this design. So all I'm starting with is black ink, and I'll drag this in. So if you remember, that Photoshop file looked like it was black and white, but in actuality, Photoshop was just telling us, hey, all of these black pixels in this Pantone channel are here, and they are that pink Pantone color. So, and now when I drag this in, you can see that it's showing up here as a color swatch. So if I was to print this image here, it would be a one color job, which they would call in this Pantone 226C color. So I've had to do that in the past